All right, hi boys, hi guys, how's it going everybody? Mr. Dumichel here, ready for another project video. That is Mrs. Dumichel in the background juggling oranges. We have Everest Dumichel here. We have Picasso looking over our shoulder, inspiring us at all times. So today's project is going to be making paint. Inside edition. So last week we did making paint the outside edition where we got stuff from outside, plants and there were various kinds of maybe flowers, you know, whatever things you might have grabbed. This time we're going to try to find things that are inside, and I think a lot of it is going to come from the kitchen, different sort of foods, maybe things that are getting thrown out, not anything that you're eating, and not very large amounts of stuff. We're going to try something. Now we do got at least one thing that's not really a food that we eat. So here's some of the stuff that I have. I have some coffee grounds right here. I have a couple of strawberries that were starting to go bad. I have a couple of carrots. I have some green okra. Notice that I'm trying to choose things, you know, based on color. I've got some onion and onion skin, red onion. We have some lint from the dryer, kind of a weird one, but you never know what's going to come from that. And then an orange. I was going to try to take the orange peel, maybe one of the orange sections. Okay. In preparation to mix everything up, you might remember from the last video that we used the mortar and pestle to kind of mash things up. In preparation for this video, we're going to I've got a couple little extra bowls. Use some empty yogurt containers. I've got these little tiny ramekins that we can use. You might recognize this from class, kind of half paper plates that we used for mixing paint. And that's what we're going to use. You know, we can also use them to put stuff on. Got another little small bowl. So whatever you might have. I've got I've got a knife to chop some things up, kind of like what we did before. I have my brush that I'll use for painting, but I don't really need that yet. So other than that, I think we're about ready to go. So we're going to start kind of chopping up some stuff and kind of trying to mix it up a little bit. And then I'll do another little video of that briefly, and then we'll move on from there. Okay? All right, so stay tuned. I'll check in with you in a minute or two. Okay, guys, here we are. We're ready to do some painting. I've got my brush. I've got my brush and my water, so here we are. We're going to start just adding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sheet where I just seeing what the colors make, and then we'll try to make some kind of painting out of it, abstract painting or maybe a painting of an object. So this is my lint water, right? Just going to kind of try this out, right? Lint water, not too much happening there. Now it could be that as things dry, they could get a little bit darker. So a lot of times that happens with paints. As they dry, they get darker. So let's try this one. This is the okra and orange and coffee. And I've left sort of all of the stuff in it. You know, I've left kind of all of the material in it. You know, other versions of this kind of experimentation could include sort of reducing it all down, putting things in like a pan or a small pot with some water, kind of boiling it down. Or, you know, I don't know, like just different variations of trying to kind of get something out of it. This is my okra, not too much, right? It's right here. Can't even really see it. Not too much color there. Let's try this one. This is the coffee. Now this one we should get some color out of, some pretty good color. Yeah, kind of a nice sort of brownish color. Coffee is not an uncommon drawing material, believe it or not. A lot of artists will sometimes use coffee grounds. So there's coffee, kind of a nice rich brown there. Now I'm using my strawberry. Let's see, kind of mixing that up. Again, I've left kind of like all the guts of the strawberry in there. There's my strawberry, kind of a nice pinkish color. All right, and red onion. Let's see what's happened there. Again, I left that stuff in there. We chopped it up, kind of mushed it up a little bit, but you know, kind of left it in there. And that's actually giving, the water of that is giving a little bit of a color. So there's that right there. Let's see what the detergent does. It is kind of a, I guess different detergents are going to be different, getting sort of a bluish color there for the detergent. I just realized that now that I have detergent on my brush and I mix it in my water, it's going to get my water kind of soapy. And then this is the orange. Little orange peel and orange right there. And let's see what that does. Again, kind of a pretty subtle color. It looks like it's even kind of hard to see in the camera light there. So what I'm going to do now is now that I have my sort of my swatch sheet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a little painting. I think I'll do a little maybe still life painting and using what I have here and see what we can come up with. All right, and stay tuned for that painting.